Hey guys, OG Albani here, bringing you guys our next stat prediction video for the new Pokemon that are coming out in the upcoming Scarlet and Violet DLCs. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the new Paradox Pokemon that was introduced yesterday in Raging Bolt, a Pokemon I actually, personally really like the design of, and the more I see the official art, this one where he has, the mane around his face, and he kind of, lets go of it to show the chompers, I really like it. The more I look at it, it just looks more menacing. He's got thick, strong legs, bro. He's really cool. I'm definitely really excited for Raging Bolt. So, yeah, if you guys do enjoy these kind of stat prediction videos, be sure to drop a like, as well as subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 3,000 subs, and I'd really appreciate if you help me out along with that. Tomorrow, we'll be covering Iron Crown, which is going to be the Pokemon right next to Raging Bolt here. Now, we can start off, as we do with all these, with what we do currently. Now, we know that this Pokemon is named Raging Bolt, and that's it. We know that it's the Paradox version of Raikou from the past. It's going to be a Pokemon Scarlet exclusive, but really we did not get any other information besides its name, and really I think we didn't even get the name in the trailer itself. So this is definitely an interesting one. We have a lot of things to theorize, but thankfully we have some things to work off of and some things that we can base off. First off, we can talk about the typing. I'm going to go ahead and move over to Showdown Builder right here. First off, it's going to be electric. It always keeps the typing from its original typing, and it is originally an electric type. It's definitely not going to change off of that, right? I definitely don't expect it. So we know it's going to be electric. Now, as for its secondary typing, I'm really thinking dragon, because it's a dinosaur. Dinosaurs typically have that dragon secondary typing, and we already have Walking Wake as a, Johto, legendary beast past Paradox form. I'd be very surprised if they made Raikou a different typing, especially considering it is also literally a dinosaur, like the Suicune that we have in Walking Wake. So I'm really thinking dragon and electric first typing, which is a really, really unique typing. Dragon, electric. The only non-mega Pokemon that we have is going to be, what do you call it? Dracozolt, and then Miraidon, and then we also have, I guess there is more than I thought. So we have Dracozolt, Miraidon, Zekrom, and then we also have Mega Ampharos, and this Pokemon gives me big Mega Ampharos vibes, and we're going to kind of base off that. I definitely think it's going to get moves like Draco Meteor and Dragon Pulse. I'm thinking it could potentially get some kind of agility. Let me go to Nat Dex so we can, actually see this. I could totally see it get, a Draco Meteor, obviously Thunderbolt and Volt Switch, potentially Dazzling Gleam, as that's something that a lot of these Dragon Electric types do tend to have. Very similar move pool to what we have here on Raikou. I'm hoping it keeps agility and Calm Mind. I could understand it not getting Calm Mind. That would definitely make a lot of sense. Ability-wise, it's obviously going to be Photosynthesis. I do not doubt that in any stretch of the imagination. All the past Paradox Pokemon have Photosynthesis as their ability. This one is likely going to have it too. Another thing that I think it is going to have is obviously a signature move. Walking Wake has a signature move in Steam, Hydro Steam. I almost said Steam Eruption. In Hydro Steam, which is definitely a really, really cool option for it. Being a water move, does 1.5 times damage in the sun, which is obviously a really strong option as a water type in general. Being able to throw off water boosted moves in the sun is really, really unprecedented and cool. And I could see Raikou getting something similar with an electric type move that is electric type, 80 base power, but then its power is doubled in the sun. Another thing that we don't typically have and can make it a really, really interesting aspect of sun. I'm going to give it the name Flash Storm right now because it's all I could come up with. I saw Heat Bolt too, which is just kind of that reminds me of something I would have come up when I was 12. Now, granted, Flash Storm isn't much better, but that's kind of what I'm thinking of when it comes to the move that our Paradox Raikou and Raging Bolt is going to get. Obviously, Flash is Flash Fire, quick, fast, and then Storm as in electricity, and kind of like a heat flash kind of thing. So I think that could be really cool. Obviously this Pokemon will be very, very strong in that regards. Stat wise, this is an interesting one. If we look at Walking Wake does not have a very similar stat spread to something like a Suicune in the slightest. Suicune is known for being fat, bulky, not slow but not fast, and not the most natural, immediately imposing Pokemon in the world. But Walking Wake is very fast, it's very strong, and it's here to hit hard and fast. I think Raikou is going to take the opposite approach. Raikou is known for being pretty specially defensive, but very fast and strong. 115 speed, 115 special attack. I think, like I said, it's going to take the Mega Ampharos route and go a little bit more in that tank role. So the stat spread I'm thinking for our new Raging Bolt, assuming that it does have a 590 BST, just like Walking Wake and Iron Leaves, which were recently introduced, as well as the fact that all of its numbers at the end are going to be odd in these base stats, as all the past Paradox Pokemon have, is going to be 121 HP, 79 attack, 89 defense, 141 special attack, 89 speed F, and 71 speed. Again, this Pokemon is much, much bigger. He's bulkier. He is a long Brachiosaurus giraffe looking guy. I really don't expect him to be 115 blazing speed like Raikou. At the same time, those are strong legs. I'm not really expecting it to be incredibly slow as well, but I think it is going to be bulky. That 121 HP should show how big and imposing this guy really, really is. So I'm definitely thinking that we are going to lean on a more tanky side, but it also looks powerful, imposing. It looks like it's just a thunderstorm incarnate, just in the form of a giant dinosaur. So that 141 special attacks, that makes sense. Again, if we look at the parallels on something like Mega Ampharos, a little bit less extreme with the stat distribution, as Mega Ampharos has 165 special attack, but is also incredibly slow. I see this as a nice middle ground in between the two. I think this Pokemon will function as a phenomenal tank, whether it be potentially like Assault Vest variants with like Draco Meteor, Thunderbolt / Volt Switch, its Sun move if you're using a Sun team, and then some kind of fourth coverage move, whether that be a random Dazzling Gleam if it does keep access to that. If it keeps access to Scald like Raikou got for some reason, Shadow Ball, something of the sorts. I could see this thing being a setup sweeper with agility and Calm Mind if it does end up getting those moves. I could see this thing being a Rest Talk user, just straight Fabio incarnate with Mega Ampharos, really driving from that kind of inspiration, because I feel like there must be some kind of inspiration between these two Pokemon, or at least some kind of connection between them with like the flowy locks of Raging Bolt and the flowy locks of Mega Ampharos. I feel like they fit together really, really well in that regards. But yeah, it's all going to be dependent on move pool. Obviously, this Pokemon, if it does get a similar move to something like Walking Wake with Hydro Steam, I can see being very good on some teams with Pokemon like Torkoal, Slitherwing, obviously your Roaring Moons, really a lot of those past Paradox Pokemon. Even Great Tusk is going to be an absolute monster with this thing. Again, grabbing great momentum with Slitherwing, though, I think is going to be bread and butter, and it's going to be really cool in like a potential Draft League scenario. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Raging Bolt. Let me know if you guys have a different stat spread in mind, and let me know if you have a different cool name for its signature move. I understand Flash Storm sounds pretty edgy, sounds like an anime attack, but hey, it works. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, be sure to drop a like on the video, as well as subscribe to the channel. It really helps me a ton, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with our next stat prediction video. Later.